Greetings, welcome to Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Last episode we arrived on Peak 15 and we encountered all kinds of Geth, Rachni, and all kinds of enemies. We also had to do some repairs in order to get access to the tram system to go to Rift Station. And now here we are finally in the tram and we're ready to depart for Rift Station.
Departing Central Station. Destination, Rift Station.
Nobody wants to take a seat? I guess we just like to...
Now arriving at Rift Station, Binary Helix Research Facility.
We just like to sit as stiff as we possibly can. Alright, here we are. Let's quick save before we go any further. Nobody waiting for the tram. We got a door here. Emergency exit. Over here we got the hot labs. And the only door open to us is this one. Captain Ventralis.
Stand down.
All right.
Sorry, we couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
Can they run a train? No autopsy, no foul. What the hell?
Can those things work a train's controls?
Hell if I know. I'm not assuming any goddamn thing. Look, you're human and that's enough that I won't shoot, but I'd like to know who you are.
Interesting. So if I say I'm here for Benezia, will he immediately attack us? Or... because I feel like Ventralis already knows.
My name is Shepard. I'm a Spectre.
Huh. I won't look a heavily armed horse in the mouth. The aliens overran the hot labs last week. Only Han Olar got out, and he ain't all there anymore. The first we knew, the bastards were clawing into my command post. We had a lot more staff then.
So 1 week, huh?
You were taken by surprise and had civilians to protect. You did a good job, Captain.
Yeah? Sure as hell doesn't feel like it. The board sent an Asari to clean up the mess. She went to the hot labs yesterday. We haven't heard from her since.
I see.
I'm not gonna let any of your people die.
All I can do is hold out here and protect the civilians. There's an emergency elevator out by the trams. This card will let you activate it. It can take you down to the hot labs. Oh, and if you need any first aid, Dr. Cohen's downstairs in the med bay.
Okay, so one thing about Ventralis that always kind of confused me, I mean, this whole section is pretty confusing at first. But one thing that I still didn't figure out is why is he giving us access to the hot labs just immediately?
How are your people holding up?
We weren't expecting the initial wave. They made it inside. We lost some good people. Those of us left are short-handed. We've kept order by long shifts and stems. I don't like it, but I don't see an alternative.
Why don't you guys just evacuate? I guess you couldn't because Rift Station was shut down?
Tell me about Rift Station.
I can't talk about everything. What do you need to know?
What do they do here?
What kind of research is done here?
Beats me. I'm not supposed to know. So long as people don't start dying, it's not my problem.
Uh-huh.
Tell me about the defenses here.
Secure enough that you shouldn't poke in corners.
You survived somehow?
I was just impressed with your operation. Being able to weather a week of assaults is no mean feat.
Only the best get assigned to high-security facilities like this. What impresses me most is the turrets, alarms, and cameras. They're all routed through a central location out by the quarantine labs. One guy can lock down the whole facility. The security hub's the last logical fallback, and we'd have cover from the turrets all the way.
Okay, so I'm assuming you locked down all the facility following your orders. Tell me about the aliens.
What can you tell me about the aliens?
Ask Dr. Olar. He's the only one who made it out of the hot labs. He's the only Volus left in here.
Benezia?
You're certain the matriarch is still in the hot labs?
She hasn't come back here. You came through Central Station, so she ain't there.
Did the aliens come from inside the facility, or did they attack from outside?
You want my personal opinion? Labs like that exist to do stupid crap that gets people killed.
I see.
Tell me about the structure of the hot labs.
It's built into one of the glaciers further down the mountain. Real old, thick, stable one. Something goes wrong, they heat it up and sink it into the ice. Normally, the crew gets to the labs using a tram from Central Station. We've got an elevator that connects directly, but it's for emergency use only. Listen. I'm not sending my people down there. It's too dangerous. You understand?
I get it. You're trying to send us down there because you know that she isn't there and it's a dangerous place. And if we do go down there, when we manage to come back, you're gonna attack us. That's how it usually plays. So tell me about the hot labs.
I need to know more about the situation in the hot labs.
The facility's off the network. The only way to find out would be to send scouts down the elevator, and I won't send my people to their death.
Wait, did we ask that? Okay, I guess we asked everything. We asked about his staff.
How are your people holding up?
We weren't expecting the initial wave. Those of us left are short-handed. We've kept
All right.
order by long shifts and stems. I don't like it, but I don't see an alternative.
I've got work to do.
Yeah, I hear that. Hell! Man the perimeter!
Okay.
Thanks for the help. Every few hours, a group comes up the tram tunnel. It's actually better since we locked down the elevator.
So they come from the hot labs, where you want to send me alone, actually.
I'll do whatever I can.
I don't know why they keep throwing themselves against our defenses. Even animals should learn not to stick their noses where it hurts.
All right.
I'd kill for a P204. Just hold down the trigger and zap. Hallway full of flash-boiled bugs.
This guy's a little too eager.
Captain tell you about the hot labs? I wouldn't go there. Bug Central.
Exactly.
Didn't think I'd see this kind of action after retirement. I'd kill for a P204. Just hold down the trigger and zap. Hallway full of flash-boiled bugs.
I gotta get me one of those. So what makes this quest confusing is that you have this area right here, but Ventralis, he sent us back to the hot labs. And he doesn't say anything about this area, that he let us in or not. And normally, if you would know that she isn't in the hot labs, you would find out that she's after the queen. This is the way. But this is locked because Ventralis knows that that's his orders, basically, is to protect and not let anyone in here, because that's the direct way to where she is. And then you have the maintenance area, which you can gain access to. And then you got a back door into where she is. And it's very confusing to do. I mean, if you just follow the story and talk to everybody, it's not, but it's still, your motives aren't clear. Like, what are you doing exactly in this area? You're just talking to people, and you were clearly instructed to go to the hot labs. That's where she is. Why are we wasting time here, right? I guess curiosity pays off sometimes. Shepard with his personal questions.
You're not gonna go to the hot labs, are you?
Why not?
That stain in the corner is where Ellie died. I wanted to ask her out, but I never...
Dude.
Look at the guard over there. Look at his hands. See them twitching?
Yeah?
If the bugs don't get us, one of Ventralis' people is gonna flip out and kill us. You're not gonna go to the hot labs, are you?
Alright.
Where did they come from? Were they in the lab? I never went in the high security areas. My contract was up. I was going home.
Well, let's hope you can do that now the tram is fixed.
They'll be coming for me. I know they will. That matriarch's dead. Everyone's dead over there. I tried to tell her, but she pressed down on my brains.
Pressed down on your brains, huh?
Where did they come from? Were they in the lab? I never went in the high security areas.
Alright, we got some looting here. More weapons. See, Alestia, Iallas.
What?
Personal questions, of course.
Tell me about yourself.
I am Alestia Iallas from the University of Arraius. Is there anything in particular you want to know, or should I just spout random facts?
Finally, someone calls him out.
Did I interrupt something?
I was meditating. I suppose to a species as brash as yours, it would appear to be inattention.
Come on, we meditate too. Don't be a jerk. So, tell me about your work.
You're a member of the science teams?
Recently transferred, yes.
What do you do here?
Molecular genetics. I specialize in biotic-enhanced allele-specific hybridization.
That's over my head.
That's a bit technical for me.
I am very good at tracking inherited variations in genetic sequences. I'm sure you would find it quite dull.
Okay.
You seem less upset at this situation than the others.
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
Good. Shepard loves interrupting. Tell me about Benezia.
Do you know Matriarch Benezia?
Why ask me and not your friend?
Because I do not know anything about the matriarch.
Then why would I?
I don't know.
That's all for now.
Then I will return to my meditations.
So she is, the spy. I guess they're all instructed here, so she definitely knows that we were gonna come here. And she told Ventralis to tell us to go to the hot labs because it's dangerous and Arachnite might kill us. But do they want the Arachnite dead themselves because they figured out that they can't actually use them without the Queen? That's probably the case. So either Shepard dies, with the Arachnite down there, or they purge the entire facility after she gets the information from the Arachnite Queen, and we die over there. Clever, but not clever enough.
Uncertain. I welcome you. Cautiously, I am curious to know what you're doing here.
Petozzi. I came to help.
I heard there were some problems up here.
Furtively, I am concerned about the state of our guards. Many have been awake for days. For now, with forced cheer, I still have a limited supply of equipment to sell.
Well, you're running a store?
Let's have a look.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventralis.
No problem, we'll just take Chameleon Tool, Biotic Amps, Phoenix Armors. You don't have anything I need. Yeah, definitely not. Nope. No licenses, anything. I could sell you some stuff, but I'll do it some other time.
Science pukes. Should just bug out and leave them to die. Well, they're full anyway. Bug out.
Okay. Anything else? Got any better jokes?
What the hell are you looking at? You want me to use this?
Nope. Dr. Palin.
What? No! Sorry, I haven't had much sleep since the attack. Is there something you need?
Tell me some personal questions. Let's get to know each other before I ask you the really sensitive stuff.
What do you do here?
I'm a toxicologist. I can't talk about my work. Not that I'm doing anything since the accident.
Accident? I thought there was no accident.
There was an accident here?
I can't talk about what happened. Not here. Too public. Talk to Dr. Cohen in the medical ward. He was the project lead.
Got it. So tell me about the situation here.
How are you holding up?
It would be petty to complain after showering off a coworker's brain. None of us have had enough sleep since the attack. Of course, not all of us have guns.
Fair enough. But even if you have a gun, it won't help you in your sleep. Tell me about this lab.
What sort of work do you do here?
I can't say. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. If we survive, I'd like to keep my job. The location is terrible, but the pay is better than any other commercial lab.
You don't like it?
You're not happy on Peak 15?
The outside world doesn't exist here, just walls of ice and rock. There's only the work, the discovery. It's easy to forget why science is guided by ethics. Maybe we're paying for that now.
Maybe. Tell me about the hot labs.
What do you know about the hot labs?
Nothing, I didn't work there. As far as I know, Han Olar was the only survivor.
Where can I find him?
Is he in the medical ward?
No, he's staying in the science team's quarters. Be gentle with him. He had a trying experience.
Okay. Tell me about Benezia.
I'm looking for an Asari.
Asari? Well, there's Dr. Iallas over there. There's also our guest, Lady Benezia. Captain Ventralis might know where she is.
Okay, so Ventralis definitely knew. These guys were in the dark. That she's not actually at the hot labs. Okay, I guess that's all.
I'll talk to you later.
Remember to report any suspicious noises.
Alright. Take that Medigel.
Got a smoke? We're all out.
Sorry, don't smoke.
Been counting your kills? I'm up to 24.
Ah, man, I haven't kept up, but I'm pretty sure I'm way over yours.
Krogan, Hanar, these things. Doesn't matter what color they are, or how many legs they have. They're all out to screw us.
Okay.
Got a smoke? We're all out.
Warning, Watchdog protocol is active.
Okay. So they set up security there so we don't go in. Medical bay, let's go there.
Hang on. I know you'd have a cure by now.
This system is online and ready to provide emergency services.
Mira?
What are you doing over here?
I administrate the systems of all of the various Peak 15 facilities.
Our medic is... Well, he's not with us anymore. Mira's running the automatic systems for us.
6 scientists?
What's wrong with these people?
Accessing logs. They were in the midst of an experiment when the shutdown began.
When you were taken offline.
Without my program to administrate containment procedures, a quarantine breach occurred.
I see. We need first aid?
Think you could run that equipment for us?
Certainly, Commander. One moment, please. This system is online and ready to provide emergency services.
But there was another option.
What's wrong with these people?
Without my program to administrate containment procedures, a quarantine breach occurred.
What treatments have been attempted?
I'm afraid treatment is not possible. An unknown toxin is present within the tissues of each patient.
I see.
We don't need anything right now.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out.
Well, Dr. Zev Cohen.
What do you want?
I didn't mean to bother you.
No, you did nothing wrong. I'm just distracted.
Are these people sick?
What happened to these people?
They're suffering from a toxin. There was an accident. I have a non-disclosure agreement. I shouldn't discuss it with anyone outside of the company.
I could help.
But you're going to, because I might be able to help.
I'd like to think that the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets. You know Mira, the VI for Peak 15? She handles the safety protocols for our experiments here.
Yeah, we fixed her.
We reactivated her on our way through Central Station.
That was you? I'm grateful. Until she came online, the automatic equipment wouldn't work. We lost the connection to Mira in the middle of an experiment and the quarantine failed. These 3 were exposed to a toxin, something we were working on.
I see. I need more to help.
I understand your caution, but I need details. What you say won't go beyond these walls.
It's a bioweapon, based on an exotic life form discovered on the frontier. They wanted something that could kill the creature. But there was no profit in something that kills one species on the frontier. We kept working on it and adapted it to affect more species. Thoros B is highly infectious but can't pass from one person to another, like a biowar attack without a pandemic spread.
Do you imagine that distinction makes this ethical?
Militaries, governments, they'll get this kind of weapon one way or another, and we're trying to limit the damage. I know you can't see that.
Well, not really.
There's a reason the Citadel conventions forbid bioweapons, Doctor.
I didn't expect you'd understand. Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
I see. Is it dangerous in there?
Is he right to keep people out?
No, the toxin has a brief period of viability. After that, it breaks down into simple protein chains. But he won't listen to me.
What does this get me into maintenance?
I want access to the maintenance area.
I suppose. It's not allowed, but there's nothing back there. If you can save these men, I'll do that for you.
Is he right to keep people out?
No, the toxin has a brief period of viability. After that, it breaks down into simple protein chains. But he won't listen to me.
I'll talk to him. Maybe I can convince him to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you can do anything, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. Tell me about your job.
Are you the doctor here?
I'm a doctor, but not the doctor. My specialty is microbiology, not first aid. We had a medic, Dr. Salah, but we lost him. The automatics can handle basic treatment. Mira runs them.
I see. Tell me about your team.
How's the science team holding up?
Better than Ventralis' guards. They've been on alert since the first attack. I've been administering stims at their request. But every species needs to sleep. They're getting twitchy, irrational.
Alright. I'll see what I can do.
Talk to you later.
I hope you can do something.
Alright, so we need to go to this sealed lab. So Ventralis told us she's in the hot labs. And we need permission to get into that locked room so we can make the cure. Let's go to Ventralis then. Sneaky dude.
Something you need?
I want to help Dr. Cohen.
I've heard about the problems in the quarantine lab. I'd like to recover the toxin cure.
God, I wish we could help those guys. I really do, but we can't risk contamination now.
Let me do it.
We're not part of your defense plans. We're consuming extra rations, extra Medigel.
Yeah, but you also have extra guns. All right, you want to gamble with your life, you're not under my command. I'll have the guard let you in, but he'll lock the door behind you. He'll run a full scan before he'll let you out. If there are any anomalies, you stay in there.
Okay, that's fair.
Those are reasonable precautions.
I'll radio ahead to let the guard know. Good luck.
I've got work to do.
You and me both.
Alright, so we just... As soon as we leave, he's probably gonna radio Benezia. And she's gonna send in the assassin after us. Quarantine area. makes it even more confusing is that we don't really have a reason to go into the maintenance area yet.
Okay, this one will get you.
How can you tell jokes?
So this hydrogen atom says to another hydrogen, I lost my electron.
I've heard this one.
And the other hydrogen says, man, are you sure?
I'm positive.
I'm positive.
Yeah. Dude.
Just shut up.
God. Gotta keep the mood light. I mean, if you don't laugh, you'll... Yeah, you just have to.
Yeah.
I should have taken my vacation. No, I had to get those last few alleles nailed down.
Well...
It could be worse, right? I could be one of those guys in the med bay.
I guess.
You'll do something about those things, right?
Sure.
Gotta keep the mood light. I mean, if you don't laugh, you'll... Yeah, you just have to.
I used to have nightmares like this. Too many cheap horror vids before lights out.
Yeah, you've been watching Alien?
We were running on batteries before the connection to Central was restored. I'm more afraid of the guards now. They've been getting twitchy. I used to have nightmares like this. Too many cheap horror vids before lights out.
Okay. We have a decryption. More weapons here. Yeah, so this is locked. But we don't really have a reason to go in there.
You came to find out about them, didn't you?
You mean the aliens?
You mean those things out there?
Yes. I'm the only survivor from the hot lab, you know.
Your survival?
I heard you were at the hot labs. How did you make it out alive?
I killed her.
Who?
Doctors on Muir. We were going to lunch when the alarms went off. I ran into the tram, and I closed the doors. She banged on the window once, then they sliced her to pieces. Her head came apart like a melon. I closed the door. I killed her.
Damn. I guess Liara thought he meant Benezia. She interjected there. Help me beat them?
Tell me what you know. I'll make your survival mean something.
You think I want absolution? There is none.
Benezia.
Could Matriarch Benezia survive in the hot labs?
It's possible. The specimens were sensitive to biotics.
Okay. Tell me about the aliens.
I need to know more about those things out there.
About the Rachni?
Rachni? That's preposterous.
Yeah, unfortunately we got spoiled by the game. How did they get here?
Where did they come from?
They found it in a derelict ship. An egg. Waiting since the last battles. They brought it here.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
I don't have any control over who lives or dies here. Do you?
If you're gonna be crazy, be the quiet kind.
Crazy? I'm sane. God, am I sane?
Okay. So tell me about the Rachni.
I need to know everything about the Rachni.
I told you all I can. We brought the Rachni back from the dead. In retrospect, a bad decision.
Can I get into maintenance?
How can I get into the maintenance area?
A team lead would have access, like Dr. Cohen. He's in the medical bay.
Okay.
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
We still have no motive to go there. Like, the only reason is, I guess, it happens after we come out of here.
You're not part of the crew.
I'm here to make a cure.
I have Ventralis' permission to go in there.
Yeah, he radioed. He also said you have to prove you're not contaminated to get out. You got a death wish? You should stand watches on the barricade.
I guess he could have just said, you know, don't let him out. He would have kept the door closed. It would have been the end of the game. But I guess we could have, like, hacked the door or something. Okay. More to loot. Can we take anything here? No. All right. So the notes. We've isolated 4 chemicals that can be combined to counteract the toxin. They must be mixed in precise quantities. As each chemical is poured, the equipment will mark the minimum and maximum amount that will work. Too little or too much will spoil the result. Alright, let's quick save and make it. Alright.
Your mission ends here, Shepard.
What the hell?
You work for the matriarch, huh?
You're a sleeper agent for Venezia.
I was ordered to eliminate you should the opportunity arise, and here you are, trapped in this lab. Weapons free!
Whoa. Easy there. Liara, help us out here with a stasis. I'll overload. And Ashley, they're both in stasis? Great. Okay. Guess that's it. Right, we gotta go back to the doctor.
Commander, looks like that Asari doctor killed the guard.
I see.
They came out of there.
The gaff?
You mean the inorganics the Asari had with her?
Venezia brought them with her.
And you see, now it makes sense to ask about the maintenance area. Can we get in there? I guess this was kind of an oversight. It just, having this option from the beginning just adds to the confusion of this place.
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
Because now it makes sense to go there, because the gaff came out of there. So... I wonder if Ventralis has anything to say about Iallas and maybe the gaff coming out of there.
Something you need?
I was attacked.
I was attacked by the Asari who was in here. She killed your guard.
Dr. Iallas? But she seemed like the most stable one here.
She was a huntress pledged to the matriarch. A group of Geth were with her.
Geth? I didn't know. God's honest truth, I thought she was just another egghead. Son of a bitch.
I've got work to do.
You and me both.
Okay, maybe he didn't know about her. Or maybe he did and he just lied. Cover his ass. And we couldn't actually ask him about the maintenance area. Sorry, I went back to the quarantine. This place is very confusing. Still.
Is that the cure? You did it?
Yeah, and an Asari attacked me.
That Asari scientist, the one in the mess hall, she just tried to kill us.
Alestia? That's unbelievable. Well, I don't know much about her. She arrived a month ago. One of the shareholders pulled strings to get her here.
Let me guess. Saren the Spectre.
Yes. I think that was the name. I don't pay attention to the other research teams. Look, the guards, they've been more on edge since you got here. I think they were expecting you. And there are more labs in the back. The guards won't even let me back there. Just people with clearance.
I see, so this is where we get the option to go in or go into the maintenance area. So getting into maintenance.
What about the maintenance area? Do you have access to that?
The maintenance area? Yes. Take my pass. But there's just snow back there. Let me see that file. An extension on Phelps' work? I thought he was on the right track. I can't thank you enough that... Oh, God, what a cliché. You saved their lives. Do you know that?
Okay. Give me some Medigel.
Could you spare a few medical packs? They're worth their weight in gold up here.
You didn't get these from me. Ventralis wanted them saved for his people. I need to administer this. Thanks again.
All right. I guess we could go through the maintenance area or through the sealed labs, right? So they knew about us is confirmed. So what if we talk to Ventralis again? Is he gonna come clean about anything?
Something you need?
Okay, he doesn't say anything.
I've got work to do.
You and me both.
So I guess we got three options. Go do what he told us to do, which is go to the hot labs. Go back there in their hidden labs, and they know Venezia's there, so they won't let us in without a fight. Or the sneaky approach, which we're gonna do. And now we have to go here. So yeah, pretty confusing place, especially on your first playthrough. I think I just wandered in at my first playthrough and killed everybody. I was expecting to find a way to open that door upstairs, but I guess we didn't know anything like where the matriarch is or anything like that. Okay, let's get in here. Alright, so the journal updated. We're sneaking in. The guards are not alerted to my presence. Okay. More guns. And got an upgrade kit.
Watchdog protocol is active.
Right, so if we go up here, we go into that back door area. But if we go here, we're gonna see the matriarch. But we're not really going to do that right now. Instead, we are gonna read some Codex for the rest of this episode, and we'll go in after. Alright, let's see what we have. We did the Citadel Convention. I don't think we did anything. We were doing humanity, I think. Right, we have military jargon. I mean, yeah, ashore. When a ship crew leaves the vessel, they are ashore. though normally used regarding planets. It can refer to boarding a space station, okay? Away, when a ship releases the equipment, transferring it to a space station or surface dock, it is away. Aye, the proper way to acknowledge an order. If told to attack, the correct response is aye, sir. If asked, are you proud to be a Marine? The correct response is yes, sir. Aye seems like such a quirky one. ASAP, as soon as possible. Belay, stop, seize, bridge, the navigation center of spacecraft where the steering is done. Captain's mast, non-judicial disciplinary proceedings by unit commanders. CIC, Combat Information Center, the command center of a spacecraft. The CIC is filled with sensor displays to make sense out of the chaos of combat. DC, damage control, the containment and repair of damage to a spacecraft. ECM, electronic countermeasures used to avoid enemy sensors from passive emissions, masking to active jamming. EVA, extravehicular activity. Time spent in a pressure suit outside of a vehicle, spacecraft, or station. I didn't know I encountered this. Reading some planets. Flank. The flank is the side of a military formation. Side. Since the soldiers are facing elsewhere, an enemy that can attack on the flank can be often turn it or roll it up. FNG, freaking new guys. A derisive term for inexperienced personnel. Ground side, the surface of a planet. Helmsman, the crew member who pilots a spacecraft. Radar, light amplified detection and ranging, an active sensor that bounces lasers of an object to determine its bearing and distance. Radar has sufficient resolution that the data can be reconstructed into an image. Shore party, spacecraft crew sent ashore on official business. Silent running, an old submariner's term used aboard the Normandy to denote when stealth systems are active. SITREP, abbreviation, situation report, evaluation of the current military situation. Spacer, someone who has spent most of their life in space. XO, executive officer, the second in command of an alliance warship. The XO is responsible for administrative and personal matters. So I guess all these terms come from, ship, from the Marine Navy. They just put it into the space jargon now. System, alliance, military ranks. The Alliance uses a modified version of the ranking system that has been used for hundreds of years. Soldiers are classified into rank and file enlisted personnel, experienced non-commissioned officer NCOs, and specially trained officers. The divide between naval personnel and ground forces, Marines, is small. Ground units are specialized branch of the fleet, just as fighter squadrons are. The unity of command is imposed by the futility of fighting without control of orbit. Without the Navy, any army is pointless. The Marines, as a matter of pride, maintain some of their traditional rank titles. For example, Marines have privates and corporals instead of servicemen. In ascending order of responsibility, the ranks of Alliance are servicemen 3rd class, private 2nd class, servicemen 2nd class, private 1st class, servicemen 1st class, corporal. This was Toombs, and private was Jenkins, I think. NCO, Service Chief, Gunnery Chief, Operations Chief. Gunnery Chief, we have Ashley. So she's... yeah, she didn't make it officer, I guess. 2nd Lieutenant. Officers are 2nd Lieutenant, 1st Lieutenant, which I think it's Caden. Staff Lieutenant, Lieutenant Commander, this might be us. Staff Commander, Captain, Major. So I guess the captain of a ship is the major in old school. Marine, Rear Admiral, General, Admiral, and Fleet Admiral. Okay. Those were the ranks, and now Systems Alliance, the N7. The Alliance Military Vocational Code System classifies the career path of all serving personnel. The MVC consists of 1 letter and 1 number. A soldier's MVC indicates proficiency, not rank. The letter notes career path. The number indicates level of experience as indicated by service record, technical scores, and commendations. All 26 letters are used, and numbers run from 1 to 7. N is the letter code for Special Forces personnel. Okay. What else can we do? And we have technology. Technology is not that much, so maybe let's do a few of those. Biotic amps. Biotics manipulate mass effect fields using dozens of element 0 nodules within their nervous system that react to electric stimuli from the brain. Amplifiers allow biotics to synchronize the nodules so they can form fields large and strong enough for practical use. Amplifiers can improve a specific discipline or talent. Okay, so you need an amp to improve your talent. An implant is a surgically embedded interface port into which amps are plugged in. On humans, the implant is usually placed at the base of the skull for convenient access, though the user must be careful to keep it free of contaminants. Implant ports can fit a variety of amps, and there is a growing market for modifications and add-ons. The finest quality implants and amps are manufactured by Asari artisans, but the Alliance's L3 implants, first deployed in 2170, are a significant step forward. Let's read about biotics training. Biotic implants and amplifiers only provide the potential to create coherent mass effect fields. Whether biotics can actually do so is largely determined by their training. Biotics must develop conscious control over their nervous system, sending specific electrical impulses to the element 0 nodules embedded in their nerves. They are taught to use their implants and amps with biofeedback devices and physical mnemonics. Specific gesture or muscle movements fire the power sequence of nerves to activate a certain skill. Interesting, so they they actually made that into the lore, like the gestures. Codex Industries pioneered biotic training with the Biotic Acclimation and Temperance Training program. Although BOT did not achieve the desired results, many techniques taught are still used today. Many human think tanks are trying to develop some form of biotic super soldier. Of course they are. Most are benign efforts to create more flexible troops. Others, less publicly known, are unapologetic attempts to create Nietzschean Superman. Okay. That's probably what Cerberus is doing right now with... Well, maybe not right now, but was trying to do with Jack. Let's do one more into these are all communications, so let's do creds, and we'll leave communications for next time. The standard credit was established by the Citadel's Unified Banking Act as the currency of interstellar trade. The credit has a managed floating exchange rate calculated in real time by the central bank to maintain the average value of all participating currencies. Some regional currencies are worth more than a credit and some less. Hard currency can be stolen or counterfeited, so electronic fund transfers are the norm. More importantly, physical transactions cannot be easily tracked, making them ideal for tax evasion or the purchase of illegal goods. When the Alliance joined the Citadel, its various national treasures were linked into the credit network. A human with a bank account of Mexican pesos, Japanese yen, or Indian rupees can purchase any item priced in credits at fair market value. All economies and that participate in the credit network are required to price items in both local currency and credits. Okay, let's do a primary one.
Pharos is a habitable world in the Attican Beta cluster. 2/3 of the habitable surface is covered with the ruins of a crumbling Prothean megatropolis. In the millennia since the Prothean extinction, the ruins have been repeatedly picked over by looters many times. Pharos was considered a poor prospect for colonization, as little open ground remains for agriculture. The only sizable freshwater sources are the poles, which are tapped by the decaying Prothean aqueduct systems. The dead cities, while in good condition considering their antiquity, are of uncertain stability. Ground level is congested by a dozen meters of fallen debris, and the air is fouled by dust. In 2178, the Human Exogeny Corporation announced its intention to place a permanent colony on Pharos to thoroughly explore the ruins. The pioneer settlement was placed on the upper levels of several intact skyscrapers, using the surviving Prothean aqueducts and rooftop hydroponic gardens to support the population.
I mean, yeah, there's really no reason for a colony outside of exploration of the ruins. Like, it's literally probably the worst place to want to go and live in. Let's do Noveria as well, since we're here.
Noveria is a cool, rocky world with most of its hydrosphere locked up in massive glaciers. A privately chartered colony world, the planet is owned by the Noveria Development Corporation Holding Company. The NDC is funded by investment capital from 24 high-technology development firms and administrated by an executive board representing their interests. The investors built remote hot labs in isolated locations across Novaria's surface. These facilities are used for research too dangerous or controversial to be performed elsewhere, as Novaria is technically not part of Citadel space and therefore exempt from Council law. By special arrangement, Citadel's special tactics and reconnaissance agents have been granted extraterritorial privileges, but it remains to be seen how committed the Executive Board is to that principle. Given its unique situation, it is understandable that Novaria is often implicated in all manner of wild conspiracy theories.
Yeah, I mean, pretty crazy to have unlimited travel through space. You can find, places without jurisdiction, and you can pretty much do anything you want there. And then the repercussions are whatever you're gonna do, the rest of the galaxy is gonna have to deal with it if you mess up. Or even if you don't, if you make some weird bioweapon, like the guys were doing here. Alright, well, I think this is gonna be enough for today. And next time we're gonna go in here and confront Benezia. But for now, I'm gonna stop it here, so thank you for watching and farewell.